Testing. Testing. Woo.
You can talk loud.
I'm Lisa. How about now? Okay. How about now? Sorry about that, y'all. Keith, this is good? Okay. Keith said we're good. Yeah, this is the last time you can give me the reins. That will teach Lisa for business. Okay, unfortunately, the mayor's unable to join us tonight, so I will kick us off. I've asked Mr. Morrison to give our invocation. Mr. Phipps, if you could lead us in the pledge, let's get us started. We're 6:01 as per Verizon. Thank you, folks. Okay, we'll get us started. Ms. Walker, if you'd call the roll.
Honorable Mayor Fowler, Honorable Councilman Bilbrey,
Present.
Honorable Councilman Williams,
Present.
Honorable Councilwoman,
It's kicked off on the agenda and
Honorable Vice Mayor Hill.
present. The minutes were disseminated prior to the meeting for your all's review. Agenda was discussed last night at work session. I'll take a motion in a second to do one at a time or both, however you all deem fit.
I make a motion to approve the agenda and a motion to approve the minutes.
Mr. Bilbrey makes a motion to approve both. Is there a second?
Second.
Ms. Hawkins is second. I'll just call it. All in favor to approve the agenda and the minutes as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The agenda and the minutes are approved. Getting on to new business. New business number 3, consider approval to suspend the reading of ordinances 735-26 and 737-26. This is just to suspend the reading of a couple of ordinances that we're going to be reviewing here momentarily. I do have a motion to consider suspension of the reading of these two ordinances.
Make the motion.
Mr. Bilbrey makes motion.
Second.
Ms. Hawkins seconds. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 4, the floor will now be open for second and final reading of ordinance 735-26, which is to consider the approval of the second and final reading of the ordinance adopting the 2027 fiscal year budget set to begin July 1, 2026. Mr. Morrison.
Here is just a general overlook for the fiscal year 2027 budget. We're estimating revenues at $4.8 million with expenditures at $5.9 million. That's an overage of $1.4 million, leaving us an estimated fund balance of $5,900,000, which we will be higher than that. We did push some things to this current fiscal year. 2 used fire engines and a trash truck. This current 2027 budget does still include police cars, leaf vac truck for the public works. It does include the match for the $1 million CDBG grant for the park at $500,000. That'd be $1.5 million project. It does include some park enhancements still. Employee raises were $2.50 an hour. Is there any other questions that you all have? We will not set the tax rate. This assumes current tax collection to remain steady and the same as last year. Because we have not received our certified tax rate, which we will get in the coming months, and we will approve that probably by September is what I'm guessing.
This it includes the new garbage truck that we discussed last month. Did you say that?
The new garbage truck is actually on this year's budget. We pulled it to this fiscal year 26, which we'll have a budget amendment here in just a minute to cover that.
That's right.
So,
Thank you. Any other questions for Mr. Morrison on the 2027? No other questions. I'll open the floor to anybody that in the public that wants to offer any suggestions, comments, concerns on the 2027 fiscal year budget. Seeing no takers, I'll close the floor. And do I have a motion to approve the 2027 fiscal year budget? Ms. Hawkins makes the motion. I'll go ahead and second it. Any other discussion on the budget? I'll just take this moment just for discussion purposes. Good budget. We're spending a lot. We're the focus is to have some expenditures for park, but we also have to weigh that with things like the things that Mr. Morrison just went over. I'll just thank you to all staff to trim the budget as best as you can. Of course, this is just a budget, and this is going to be our guiding light for the next year of how we live, how we spend. I appreciate all of those that have been working on this budget. I know it's a tough endeavor, and we appreciate your efforts. So, with that said, any other discussions? Seeing none, all in favor of approving the 2027 fiscal year budget, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Number 5, consider approval to authorize the city manager to sign an agreement with VC3 for services related to cybersecurity and network security for funds allocated by the NCSR grant. Mr. Morrison.
the NCSR grant is a state of Tennessee grant for cybersecurity. We received $63,457. VC3 is a company out of Nashville that provides professional services to help us implement security across our network and protect our systems. They will document and inventory our network, help us with best practices, help us with endpoint detections, help us with domains, strategic ID planning. They'll do trainings, email threat protection and spam filtering, DNS and web protection, dark web monitoring and credential monitoring, and backups. And so all of that will be covered by the grant fees, and they'll continue to help us get these grants over the next several years. So there'll be several years of these coming through.
Do we have a motion to approve this agreement? Motion to approve this agreement with VC3.
I make a motion.
Mr. Bilbrey makes a motion.
Make a motion.
Mr. Williams seconds the motion. Any other discussions? So just, I want to make sure I understand it. You say it's $63,000 for this arrangement. Is that for this year, or is this how long can we count on this grant? And once the grant is over, what then?
Seen what the 3 years of services, but they'll continue within 5 years. Those will be gone, and they'll assume that we've got everything on track and operating where we need to be, and we'll have this as a manageable number.
Understood. Thank you, Mr. Morrison. Any other questions? Seeing no other questions, all in favor of approving Mr. Morrison to sign this agreement with VC3 for $63,000, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Morrison. Okay, item number 6, consider approval of first reading of ordinance 736-26, amending the 2026 fiscal year budget passed by ordinance 722-25, set to end on June 30th, 2026. Mr. Morrison.
So I left my note sheet down in my mailbox downstairs because I was clarifying a couple of things. So let me run through this.
I've got it here if you need it.
So general fund revenue is increasing by $350,000. That's line 31,620. Grant fund, general fund revenue 33,510 increases by 90,000. 37,196 by 185,000. And grant fund revenue 33490 increases by 48,700. Now some of this is sales tax and increases in revenues that we're seeing. We're going to increase general fund expense. This is 41,500 215 for $10,000. General fund expense, these are fire department related. 111 $7,000 is payroll. 240 $5,000. Utilities 261. Equipment repair $7,500. 340 is 48,900. That is for the grant, which the revenue was there for turnout gear that we received, and that is ordered. I don't think we have a delivery date yet, do we? So that has been ordered and will be taken care of, but it is completely covered by grant. The 42, 200, 900, 640,000. That is the 2 used fire engines with $40,000 of equipment. So those are increases in expenses. We're going to decrease the general fund expense 43,170 266 by 50,000 and 43,170 900 by 60,000. Those are decreases in expenses for public works. We're going to increase fund expenses for 43,200 111 by 5,000, 43,200 261 by 10,000, 43,200 331 by 6,000, and 43,200 900 by 425,000. That's the sanitation truck that we're purchasing, so that is the increase for that. We're going to decrease general fund expense 44,300 900. That's parks capital outlay due to the contract that we've signed to reevaluate the master plan. So that's decreasing by 250,000. So the total reduction in general fund balance that this is going to hit, even with all these changes, is $130,700. Utility fund revenues are going to go up 90,000, 200,000, 20,000, and 60,000. 905,000 will increase 11,000 down Main Street, and 65,000. Total hit to fund balance there is $692,000. Again, cash and assets for the utility fund count the same according to the state, so we're just switching from cash to an actual physical asset, so we're not losing anything as far as the state's concerned with utilities. Currently, we have paid out, we've already charged out for the new snowplow, both fire engines. We have not charged out for the garbage truck, and we're about $250,000 in the red with about 2 months to go. So I'm still pretty positive we're going to be in really good shape even by the end of the year.
Thank you, Mr. Morrison. Do I have a motion to approve this ordinance 736-26, amending the 2026 fiscal year budget?
I make a motion.
Mr. Bilbrey.
Make a motion.
Mr. Williams makes a second. Any other discussion? Hearing no discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 7, consider approval of an agreement with USG for maintenance of the Loftus Road water tank. Mr. Morrison.
So we have to have 5-year inspections on our water tank, and USG is the company that does an annual maintenance program, and they spread that cost over years. We're still working on details of this. This is a buy board product. It has to be approved by resolution before we can do it, so this is going to need to be tabled tonight. And the city attorney is working on gathering more information to ensure we're on the right track with this. Once we get all that worked out, and assuming this works the way we hope it does, instead of paying $130,000 for a repaint job, you can spread the cost over 4 years. Once that tank is in top condition for an annual maintenance fee, they'll continue to do an annual inspection, monitor the tank, and fix anything that's wrong with the tank and keep it up under that annual agreement, which is about $10,000 a year. So this agreement for the first 4 years is about $35,000 a year to cover getting the tank kind of up to where it needs to be. And then after that, it'll drop to $10,000 a year. And as long as we keep that contract active, they'll continue to maintain, monitor, and do anything the tank needs at that point. And so we feel like this is a win for the city. We just got to work on some of the paperwork, make sure we get this done the right way.
Thank you, Mr. Morrison. Given that it's not totally ready yet? Your recommendation is to table this for this month?
Yeah, I would ask that we table it for right now.
Thank you, sir. I'll go ahead and make the motion to table this matter for this month to give Mr. Morrison some time to finalize the document and finalize the specifics. Hawkins seconds. Any other discussions? Hearing none, all in favor of tabling the motion for a month, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. That'll be tabled until next month. Item number 8, consider approval to do something at the intersection of R.C. Buck and Quinlan Lake Road. Mr. Morrison, I think you've been running kind of herd on this. You want to speak to that? It's
So this
coming
is
through Councilman Hawkins.
This several months ago, we had done a request to consider the opportunity to put an all-way stop at the intersection of R.C. Buck, Quinlan Lake. It did require a traffic study, which did take a little time. We did receive the traffic study back. The traffic study indicated, according to traffic volume and crash data, that it was not necessary, but based on sight distance and safety concerns, that an all-way stop would be warranted. In the event the council did not want to put in an all-way stop, the other option was to do some dirt work and some tree work and clean out sight distances where the visibility was better. So it's our recommendation that rather than have to maintain that cutback and growth and worry about trying to get into fences and things, that we just go ahead and install an all-way stop if that be the council's wish.
Thank you, Mr. Morrison. Ms. Hawkins, do you have anything you want to add that's kind of coming from you brought from you? I think it's pretty straightforward. I think that intersection is. I've been down there. That intersection.
People over said they're scared the kids are going to get
Yep.
hurt because coming down Quinlan Road is RC, but
Doesn't have one.
right to the right. Okay, you got to get out in the middle of the road.
So am I interpreting that as a motion? Motion to approve to make that a 4-way stop? Ms. Hawkins makes a motion. I'll go ahead and second that motion. Any other discussion on making this a 4-way stop at R.C. Buck and Quinlan Lake Road? No other discussion. All in favor of approving the 4-way stop at that intersection, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries to install a 4-way stop at that intersection. Item number 9, consider approval to apply for grant, consider approval to apply for a grant for traffic work on Main Street from Highway 111 to Cooper Road with Kimley Horn for up to $15,000 of an administrative fee. Mr. Morrison.
So Kimley Horn completed a traffic study for us in conjunction with the traffic study they had already worked on with the new development coming into town. They have some short, mid, and long-term recommendations, and they're continuing to look at that. We can get some grants to do some of that work. Some of the work is adjusting how many entry points and exit points there are, doing some traffic and some turn movements, medians, reline, clarifying left turn, right turn, and so there's several things that we can do. One of the recommendations midterm was to consider the possibility of a traffic light at Big Mac Drive, and then long-term recommendations were to consider whether roundabouts would work at that intersection. They have indicated there are grants to assist us to continue working on improving the traffic in that area, and that's what we're asking for, is to be able to work with Kimley Horn and let them assist us with applying for grants to continue to improve those intersections.
Thank you, Mr. Morrison. Do I have a motion to approve?
Make a motion.
Mr. Bilbrey makes a motion. I'll go ahead and second it and open it up. Any discussions on a agreement with Kimley Horn for traffic study from Main Street, or on Main Street from 111 to Cooper Road? Hearing no need for discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 10, consider approval to authorize city administrator and city attorney to file a lawsuit for property located at 110 East Main Street. Mr. Morrison.
So we have a tenant in the old city hall, old police department, that's been there for several years. We've had issues with them paying rent on time. It's went as long as 6 months at a time without paying, and we're having to stay after them all the time. So at this point, we're just asking for permission to file for eviction and remove them from the property.
Thank you, Mr. Morrison. Anybody want to make a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Mr. Bilbrey makes a motion. I'll second that motion as well. Unfortunate. I assume, and I'll open this up for discussion. Mr. Morrison, I assume there's a lease, and it's a matter of enforcing the lease terms. If Mr. Rader, if you want to speak to it, I'll just don't want to put you on the spot.
That's right. They're in default on the lease. It's my understanding they're multiple months late in rent right now. And we've sent them a certified letter, and we've tried to get their attention. City staff has tried to get their attention, and it's, like Mr. Morrison said, a recurring problem. So their lease is up for renewal. We've advised them in writing that we're not going to renew the lease, and now we're going to go ahead and try to evict them.
Thank you, Mr. Rader. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of authorizing city manager and our city attorney to take legal action on enforcing the lease at 110 East Main. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries. Good luck. Yeah, well, I'll do that. Okay, nothing else on the agenda. I'm sorry, Mr. Morrison. Take it away for your report. June
5th and 6th is a citywide yard sale again this year. It does not require a permit for yard sale. It does not account against the 3 for the year for any citizen. So there'll be yard sales all over town. We're hoping all the citizens will participate in that. City Hall will be closed May the 25th for Memorial Day. It will not affect residential trash routes. All residential trash routes will run on normal schedule. Department heads.
For Public Works, for the month of April, we did a total of 647 work orders through the city.
Last month, I kind of mentioned the progress on our new shop building, and I was optimistic that we were getting close to done, and that was my fault. I shouldn't have been that optimistic. We've still got a little ways to go. Mr. Lane's got involved with doing some of the inspections and things. He identified a couple of, not really issues, but a couple things to help make sure we've got the best building that we can get. So the contractor's working with him now to rectify a couple of things so we've got a better finished product. I don't want to speculate, but we can see the end. We're getting close.
Yeah, I just have a couple things real quick. This Friday, we'll be picking up our 2 fire trucks. I would like to thank the council, city manager, everybody that's been involved in this. I also want to recognize the actions taken on a vehicle fire on April 15th involving a trapped occupant. We were dispatched to a fire, and there was a lady trapped in a passenger van. She was in a wheelchair. Our public works director, who happened to be in the area, responded without question, and thanks to his actions and the actions of the people that work at Cherokee Distribution, they managed to get this lady out before disaster struck. So I'd like to thank Walt Bradshaw for his actions.
Police department's been pretty active this month. We've had 1,228 different calls, 23 EMS assist, 21 assisting motorists, 23 casual encounters, 55 general information reports, had 552 property checks, 18 traffic accidents with 1 injury, 310 traffic stops with 36 citations.
Thank you, gentlemen.
I'll go ahead. I see Mr. Long sitting back there, so How are you, Marta? I know you're going to ask, so we'll go ahead. We discussed last night the fireworks on Main Street. We are going to pull some things and try to fire chief. Just one of the discussions was to allow we feel would be safe and allowable for that, and so we are going to look at policy changes and try to amend that and see what we can come up with. So.
Thank you, Mr. Morrison. Okay, seeing nothing else on the agenda, I'll open it up for hearing of citizens and or any delegations or anybody that wants to step up to the mic. If you do want to speak, just come up, state your name, address, and the microphone is yours. Going once, going twice. Seeing nobody. Anything else from the council? Anything else? I'll take a motion to adjourn until next month. Our next meeting is June 9th. I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion.
I second that motion. All in favor say aye or stand up. Thank you all for attending, and we'll see you all next month.